Hej!
Hvordan har du det?
Ja, pratar du norska nu?
Jeg skal forsøke oss å snakke rolig norsk, så du kan forstå hva jeg sier.
Ja, okej.
Går det godt?
Ja, det är bra.
Kjempebra.
När jag pratar med Jorn så brukar han låter mer svensk. Vissa kallar det för nordisk. Så att jag kan också förstå vad han menar. Liksom. Han pratar ju halvnorska och jag pratar ju svenska för jag kan ju inte norska. Så.
Ja.
Jag bodde på Åland och det är svenskspråkig ö. Så det är bara svenska som pratas där.
Mm.
Det är därför.
Men uansett, Nikolo, hyggelig å ha deg med her nå.
Det där förstod jag inte.
Nice to have you here on the Heavy Rock Show.
All right, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Nikolo, jeg har en CD her.
Du har den. Den är gammal. Det är Nostradamus, jag förstår.
Hvem i denne verden er det som har en så stor kapasitet til å gå i gang med et sånt projekt?
Det måste vara jag det.
Fortell litt om Nostradamus til å starte med.
Ja, Nostradamus, det är ett stort projekt. Vi gjorde några livespelningar på det hela med orkester, ballett, kör och band och 7 solister. Det blev jävligt bra. Fast den är för dyr för att kunna fortsätta spela många liksom shower. Så vi gick på liksom förlust. Men det var gjort och det var gjort bra. Så synd att det går inte att fortsätta för här i Bulgarien, vi spelar i Bulgarien och här i Bulgarien verkar det inte att vi har så mycket publik så att den kan gå runt finansiellt. Liksom vi hade en kapacitet på 12 till 1500 pers och det räckte inte med prisbiljetterna. Med biljettpriset här i Bulgarien så gick det inte att gå runt.
Det i seg selv å ha alle disse artistene som var med i dette prosjektet, Glenn Hughes, Ian Haugland, Jolin Sørner, John Levin, John Lande, det er ikke bare å banke på en dør og si passer det for deg å synge i dag. Det er masse arbeid som ligger i prosessen med planläggning och inte minst få tingene sammen.
Självklart, men ja, så är det. Alltså, jag valde ju alla sångare, alla musiker så att med tanke på att de skulle passa till projektet och det gjorde de. Det som blev inte, alltså i första hand ville jag ha till exempel Bruce Dickinson till inkvisitören. The Inquisitor. Jag till och med pratade med honom och vi hade blivit överens om inspelningsdatum och sånt där. Han skulle komma till Åland med hans privata flygplan. men det blev inte så. Sen jag måste ju fortsätta leta efter en sångare. Sen var det Tony Martin. Men det funkar inte med honom heller. Sen träffade jag Dio. Jag pratade om det här. Men han hade dragit igång med hans eget projekt som hette Magica eller något sånt. Det var ju så här konceptprojekt. Och det funkar inte. Åtminstone så sa han det till mig att han har ju konceptprojekt så han vill inte att de ska krascha ihop. Med tanke på hur bra Nostradamus blev så tycker jag nu att de borde alla tackat ja. Så han tackade nej och sen blev det John Lande och det blev faktiskt bra att han tog inkvisitören för han är så jävla bra så jag tror inte att någon annan skulle kunna göra det bättre än honom.
Who do you think will buy this album? Who is this music made for?
Well, I think it's for the connoisseur of a very dramatic 70s approach musically. With I think if you're a Glenn Hughes fan or you want to check out Glenn Hughes, I think this is maybe the opportune time to do it.
Some people say that rock and roll is dead, so they might be right. Or it will come back, I don't know. Well, Iron Maiden is back, so why shouldn't this kind of music then become popular again?
It's a great work. What he's done is not just a rock record. When I was writing the lyrics, I could see it being performed on stage. I was visioning.
My ideas for the project, I'd love to take this to the stage and actually act it out. Just like Jesus Christ Superstar, Phantom of the Opera, Tommy, this is what I would love to see, and I think you would get the full impact of what is happening here if we brought it to the stage.
Extremely emotional vocal range was plus Nick's genius work as a writer and arranger, because it really is a life's work for him. This is a turning point in his life.
I mean, he's very talented. He's an educated musician and everything, and he can write scores and everything. And in this project, he could use that talent to 100%.
And he knows what he wants, and he was very patient getting it, because and you're a singer, so you understand, you've been in the headphones screaming your head off for 4 or 5 hours.
Great performers. It's a rare constellation. So, and music-wise, everyone could like the music. because of its historical facts and you know, exciting point of views. You know, it's like Nostradamus is a legend, and it's the right time.
I think there'll be a lot of interest in this. Because the subject is timely, the millennium's coming, these prophecies are on the money. They're very accurate, and more people are being introduced to Nostradamus, more common people who don't research this type of phenomena.
He must die.
The young lion will overcome the older one on the field of combat in single battle.
And I'm very pleased with that. And I'm hoping he is as well. He gave me a hug today, I couldn't believe that. Normally he just gives me a sort of good morning.
It's the highest quality symphony orchestra styled arrangements with the highest quality, very sexy, very guttural, very roots, blues, heavy rock.
I believe this is a turning point in his personal life, which is very, very close to him. And that's another reason I'm here, because I really do believe in Nick. He's a really good guy, and he's very, very talented.
But you know, all the people involved have done some field work previously.
And I actually choose to work with nice people, and he's one of the nice guys. And also he happens to be a very, very talented guy. So, yeah, I'm very happy I did this.
Couldn't be in better company. Glenn Hughes as King Henry, amazing. Doogie White as one of the ghosts of my mind and the storyteller, with Joran Edmund being basically the narrator. Incredible jobs these guys have done.
So I can see you standing in front of me. Try to love again.
So it's probably the best quality rock opera I've ever heard. It's done, everything is done so, of its nature, you know, the classical side is done to perfection and the heavy metal side is done to perfection. So it's really high quality, and that's why I chose to do it.
My love will make you strong, so we can go on.
It would be an event to have this on stage live in front of you. And I don't think it's just for a rock audience. I really believe that the classical score that Nick has written, combined with the rock band, combined with the message and the incredible melodies in these songs, you could go any age group. I mean, you can take your youngest child to your grandfather or your grandmother. I mean, it's for everyone.
Nikolo Kotzev is a wonderful guy, and he paid me to say that. The cast, the performances, everybody's really good. I think it's excellent.
Tell us about the recording session.
We did it here at my house in Canada, and it was fun and it was difficult.
Alana Miles has a great voice. She's a great character. She sounds fantastic.
I think the song structuring and the vocal performances are once again a unique style of classic rock to modern rock. So once again, I can't talk about the way I sing. I just felt, having just finished the tracks a few hours ago, I'm very happy with the performance. It's a special event, a performance from an English guy that you know, he's channeled from upstairs to sing.
But you just push me away, yeah. I know you're gonna tell me.
The message is for everyone, the display would be for everyone. So it's not just, you know, rock and roll, you know. And I think it would complement our genre of rock and roll that we could bring something like this to the world.
Now it's no use to pray.
I don't think anybody else can copy it, no. I don't think anybody, I mean, it would take years of their life, and it would take Nikolo's genius, and I don't think that that's something you come upon every day.
He went down to Bulgaria and recorded the whole orchestra, and I mean, I'm impressed by his work. And I hope the rest of the world will be it too.
There shall be more grievous wars and battles.
I hope that the public will be very responsive to it. That's always the thing when you spend time creating. When Nick told me that he had been working on this he planned it for a number of years, and it's taken time for it all to get together, to get his ideas finalised.
So undone and desolate.
Do you think it is possible to perform Nostradamus live on stage?
I think anything's possible. It just would take a lot of organization, and it would and a lot of money, but I'm sure it can be done.
Tell me, can you see the magic in my eyes? I see a dead man walking. Do you want to know?
Yes, I think this is, you know, some of the greatest things being written for the stage, especially for the stage.
Play in every major city in the world: Tokyo, Paris, New York, Stockholm, London, you know, Sydney, going on, and give like a world tour and let people know, bring Nostradamus' message, you know, to the people, especially at this time.
I think that it's really well done. I think the cast is terrific. Obviously the performances are terrific, everybody's professional, and I think it turned out really well.
Kill that man.
Sweet talking linnet with a booby trap mind.
You know, so he's very patient. Go and take half an hour, have a cup of coffee, and, you know, try some of these. But we did it within the time. And I'm very pleased with that.
I love working with Nick. Who doesn't love working with Nick?
The plague is companion is breath and bursting flame. He says.
It's all fitted together in a special magic sense. And yeah, I think this will be one of the greatest albums, or let's say rock operas ever.
Just and true are thy ways, O King of the Ages.
What are you asking me, the future of the project? I think you need to ask Nostradamus.
So I think it's going to be extremely commercially successful based on the fact that it's original. Brand new music, wonderful singers, and everybody has a dramatic sense, a dramatic flair to their ability to sing.
Det har rent mye vann i elven siden den gang. Du har hatt mange fantastiske prosjekter, og du lykkes hver jævla gang. Hva årsaken til dette her, Nikolo? Du bare så jævlig god?
Ja, jag är en helt normal, en helt enkel, liksom normal, regulär musiker så att säga, som har bra utbildning och ger inte upp. För liksom det vi sysslar med idag är så jävla svårt och kräver så mycket tid men ger inte pengar. Så man måste ju älska den musiken för att kunna fortsätta med det. Alla mina kollegor som var i musikskolan, liksom, vissa valde att göra något annat. Vissa blev riktigt bra inom klassiska musiken då, för liksom det var det jag studerade. Det verkar att bara jag kunde fortsätta och bli en rockmusiker som försöker leva på det. Men jag har ju också en massa andra grejer som jag skriver. Det är symfonisk filmmusik och det ger lite pengar också. Men det har varit svårt nu under covid-situationen. Och den tiden då med isolation och allt så använde jag för att bygga en studio i det nya huset som jag köpte. Det är strax utanför Sofia då. Och det fanns plats för studio så jag byggde studion här ser du. Jag sitter mitt i den så det finns också några till utrymmen. Och skrev en platta för det nya bandet som platta var på engelska då för jag vill ge lite mera möjligheter för att bandet blir liksom aktiv på scen och intervjuer och sånt här. Så vi skrev på bulgariska tills nu och det var svårt liksom att relatera. Det var svårt att man blir bjuden på någon festival till exempel då man sjöng på bulgariska för ingen skulle kunna förstå vad vi sjunger om.
Meze
Men nu när det är på engelska så det funkar liksom. Man kan, vi hoppas att vi blir bjudna på rockfester i Europa og sånt der.
En av de årsakene til at jeg tog kontakt med deg, Nikolo, det var fordi at
Ska vi byta till engelska så att jag förstår inte riktigt allt du säger. So English would be better.
Last week I decided that your album would be the record of the week.
Oh wow, thank you. Thank you very much. That's great.
That's because I found it so interesting. There was so much Dio tunes in my head.
Dio?
Yes, simple.
Wow.
It could be because of your great vocalist. I don't know, but the sound more rainbowish.
This is very good. I mean, the first time I hear someone that thinks it reminds Dio, it's usually Deep Purple Rainbow, but this is very good. Thank you. The singer is very good. He's a relatively young guy. He's in his mid-30s, so there is a lot of music in him still. So we're gonna carry on, and I'm gonna write new albums and try to keep the good energy, the good vibe that we are creating now with this album.
Last night I searched the YouTube channel for listening to some of your earlier music. It sounds great, fantastic, but I have no idea what the fuck you're singing about.
Yeah, of course you haven't. Well, you know, I built the band for being on stage and especially working in Bulgaria, so there was no point writing in English. I mean, I came from English-speaking career, and you know, after albums with Brazen Abbot and all, I wanted to relate to the audience in Bulgaria, and this is why I chose singing in Bulgarian. But when we were taken away the possibility to be on stage and meet crowds and stuff like that, then the only logical thing we could do was make an album in English, because it's going to be equally relative here in Bulgaria. I mean, people here are used to hearing English in music, and it would be relative in outside of Bulgaria, as for example, it's Denmark and Norway, not to mention the English-speaking world. So this opens many doors for us and gives us possibility to be active on a wider perimeter.
Have you had any good response on your latest album?
We get very good response, but it was just released yesterday. There are like 3-4 reviews that are written by now, and they are all very good, very positive. So, and you know, I people from different parts of the world start contacting me and the band, and it's very good because it seems like we are covering a lot of territory with the promotion we're doing, and the new, you know, we have a video clip on one of the songs, and it seems that people like it. So let's see what the reviews will be in the coming weeks. I think it's gonna be like a couple of weeks now of reviews, and hopefully they will be good.
I guess your heart still beats a bit for Brazen Abbot. You're not quite finished with it.
Brazen Abbot is a project. It was started for making music in a studio because on the island I lived, I had no possibility of kind of nurturing a band, of having a band around me. Plus, being absolutely unknown to the rock scenery, I needed to team up with people that had built some names for them, and thus have me being noticed. And that's why I started inviting famous people, because that gave me a possibility to be noticed as well, without having a band, without doing the thousands of shows that are needed for a band to establish some kind of following. So, but it's very difficult to gig with Brazen Abbot, because it's people that they all have their careers. I mean, the Europe guys are back in Europe now. Jolin Turner is, doing his own stuff. Glenn Hughes is doing his own stuff. All the singers. I mean, the only person I've met since the last album would have been Joe for a few shows, and Thomas Wikström, who took part in Nostradamus here in Bulgaria. So it is very tough. I mean, if somebody makes me an offer I can't refuse, I will probably make another Brazen Abbot album. But unless there are money involved, there is no point, because I have a band now that writes. I'm writing in English now, so there is no reason for having Brazen Abbot record, making a new Brazen Abbot record.
Oh, what a crowd! Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We got one Brazen Abbot tune called "One Life to Live," and this is about following your dreams. And everyone here, stay with it. Be strong. Follow your dreams. Let's go, boys. Hey!
Down this long rocky road, wondering where it will go.
for the last year or year and a half, we have Ronnie Romero running around with all these new projects. Would Ronnie be somebody you probably would work with?
I have a tendency of seeing this music sung in a different way. I mean, he's a very good singer, but if I was Richie Blackmore, I would have chosen a different type of voice. It's just because I see the rainbow music sung in a different way. I could think of a few other singers that are very, very interesting for me. There are interesting unknown singers out there who are really, really, really good. Having said that, I don't want to put the talent and the abilities of Ronnie Romero, but he's just a singer that is for a different kind of music, in my opinion.
Yes. But you do have a great singer in your latest project now, Nikolo Zdravkov. Is that correct?
Yeah, Zdravkov. Yes, and exactly. Why would I want to have a different singer when I have my own band singer who's so good? He's really good.
He's brilliant. He can take the high notes and he can take the low tones as well.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, he has a wide range. He's good. He's really good.
Tell me about your band. The first thing that I figured out was, is it something wrong with your web page, or does Nikolai probably a common name in Bulgaria? I don't know, but Nikolai, and we got Nikolo, and we got Antonio.
Correct. This is just a pure coincidence. I mean, I knew people are going to make fun of us, but this is how it happened. I have had absolutely no intention of collecting people with so similar names. It was just the way it went. The two other Nikolais, they are from the very beginning of the band with us. And then the singer is new, and he happens to be Nikolai as well. So what can I do? I mean, nothing left to say.
At first, I thought it was a joke, a practical joke, but okay.
No, it isn't. Unfortunately,
it's not. Okay.
So in the band we use our family names, our last names when we speak to each other, because otherwise everyone will be. If you say Nick, everyone will turn their heads around. So it's only me they call Nick. The others are by family names.
So the next time I'm going to Bulgaria, I will shout, "Hi, Nick," on a restaurant, and everybody will turn around.
everyone will say hi. Well, not really, but it's a famous name. I mean, the most famous name is Ivan, George, Ivan, Georgi. Those are the most famous names. But Nikolo, not Nikolo, but Nikolai and Nikola are very, very often chosen.
Nowadays, we do have problem all over the world with the COVID-19 virus.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, the musicians all over the world are making new albums. What you did right now with Kikimora, that would probably be a band that you will tour around in Europe if the festivals will reopen pretty soon?
I hope so. I mean, we are a working band. We would love getting out there and play, but we have to get invited. I mean, we can't start touring on our own because we are not so strong yet. I mean, this is the first English-speaking record from the band, so I guess, well, maybe people knowing me, few people will come to the shows because of me, but we can't make a tour on our own. We need a promoter. We need or we need to be invited to the to the rock festivals and stuff like that. So But if it happens, we'll be very happy. We have quite a few shows lined up already, and 2 of them are even with an orchestra, with symphonic orchestra. We are doing shows with symphonic orchestras now and then. It's not going to be with the material of the new album because it's just so fresh and we haven't had time to do a symphonic project. But these are tribute shows. We have played, as you probably saw in the information that circulates together with the information about the album, we have had Deep Purple Rainbow tribute that we perform with an orchestra, and we have actually we have like 4 or 5 outdoor shows. 2 of them are with that show. One of the shows is we are headliner, and we are having Doogie White as a special guest. That's in September. In June we have a show of our own in. Don't remember which was the other place we have a show of our own as well. So it's like 4 or 5 shows that we have already lined up and confirmed, which is good.
People are these days expecting the bands to make some vinyls. Would that happen to Kikimora?
Well, our Bulgarian record company had a question like that. They have a way of doing that, and they wanted to speak to Escape Music, to the English label that we signed with. I don't know if they have spoken, but I will have to talk to the label and see if they have plans. It would be fun. I don't have a record player myself, but it would be fun to see that record on a huge vinyl format. We'll probably add some more photos and pictures from behind the scenes and stuff like that, because there is space. Yeah, it would be cool. Why not? I mean, everyone is doing it, so why not? We would probably make a new video clip of Lost Soul, because it's a ballad and because it relates. I mean, it's a very long song. It's not for radio. It could be played on radio, but they have to fade it. It's a ballad which will relate to, emotionally to people in a completely different way than Bogeyman, as maybe you saw the clip of Bogeyman. It's about this bad guy who's selling drugs and stuff, and the band meets him in a tiny alley and beats the shit out of him at the end. So that's what the clip is about. We saw this bad guy who's doing his stuff, but the band happens to see what he's doing, so we kind of stop him on the street, and and you don't see the rest, but you can imagine what happens.
Yeah.
So the new clip, the new video clip that we are planning to shoot hopefully in mid-June will be about a ballad, on the ballad, which is called Lost Soul. It's a deep song. It's a nice tune.
But beside from your wife, who's probably listening to your music before the mix down, who do you talk to get a second opinion?
I don't. I have no other. I play everything to my wife, but that's a deceptive response, because she wants everything that I write to be genius, because I'm her husband. So it's like playing something to your mother. You it can sound like shit. She will always say it sounds good. So I play everything to my mother, but I think I am the most scrupulous judge, the hardest judge of my production than anyone else. Because once you hear a song written by someone, as I say, you hear it all already. It's all done, and it sounds good, because people today know how to make songs sound good. So when it's hard to put yourself on something that's wrong, then you say, well, it's a good song. You may not fall in love with it, but it's a good song. And the way I start with my own songs, they're all just a tiny little idea on a ping, ping, ping guitar that's not even plugged in. So it's tough. Then you gotta get in the studio. Then you gotta try to make it big. You want to make the demo sound really, really good. So you involve the band, emotionally, so they get enthusiastic to it. You need enthusiastic people. You need them to look forward to what's going to happen. If the demos don't sound good, then you can't really get the band be on your side, so to say.
What comes first, the music or the lyrics?
Music always. The lyrics is also a hard part. That I kind of have a gift of making lyrics. The most important with the lyrics is to get the right subject. Every song calls for a certain subject. It kind of carries the subject with it. For example, the chosen one from this album, which is the second song, because it sounds so huge, anthemic, like pathetic, also in a good way. You can't write for just stupid stuff. You have to write for for bigger things, and the theme of your lyrics must fit the music.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa. If the riff is just a simple rock and roll thing, you can't really make big lyrics out of it. You have to stay within the limits the music give you.
Mm. Do you feel that it's difficult to keep a red line, or do you find yourself too wide and too open to make it more Arjen Lucassen way of thinking?
Well, I kind of, I'm gonna turn 60 in like 10 days. I can't really write about monsters and things that imaginary stuff. I mean, if I was making a movie, then it would be fine. For example, the Draconia rock opera, which I abandoned a few years ago because I have no money to complete it, and even if I had, I wouldn't put it there because it's gonna get stolen on the internet, and I will get nothing back.
Okay.
So the Draconia subject would work for imaginary fantasy story. It has I don't know if you've checked it, but it's a really nice story that I really would love to put on stage one day, not to speak about record, but on stage it would be really amazing. So I try to keep being more down to earth with I mean, of course there is a fantasy thing in what I write, but it's more like a possible fantasy, something that could happen, instead of do magicians and wizards and for example, the lyrics in the old Rainbow stuff. I don't think evil devils and monsters and demons. I don't think that would sound good today in rock music, or at least not for me. I can't see it. I can't think of it like a serious thing.
I si verità mi allo snuffi it out.